Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for the entire month of July for my Aries. Hello, my Aries. So this is the longer reading, and when I have the longer reading, I use 3 decks. I use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, gives us the main message. Then my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards kind of fills in those gaps. And then I finish with my Osha Zen Tarot cards. I look at those as what's the advice that's needed, okay? So I have prayed, meditated, and infused the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. Now, I'm going to one reading for this month, and I'll do one reading for August and September, the longer readings. My short readings will still stay the same. It's just people seem to like those, and I don't want to, put too many readings out there, and then people get, like, wait a minute, what do I need to read? Or what do I need to watch? So this is going to be a long reading. Now, I've also done something a little different. I did a little clip, so we're going to see how my video software editing works. My video editing software works, which, you're going to see a definite but this is about the energies for July, and I wanted to make sure it was a consistent message across the board. So the clip itself is 12 minutes and 22 seconds. So if that's not something you want to just go right ahead into the videos or into the readings, then, 12 minutes and 22 seconds. And I'll see you on the flip. July is going to be filled with a lot of energy, okay? So I did take some notes over here, so if my eyes drift over there, know why I'm doing that. But July, we start off with a new moon on the 2nd. And the 2nd, we also have a solar eclipse. Now, that's going to be seen more in the Pacific. So the people in the Northern Hemisphere will not necessarily see that. Then that's on the 2nd. Then on the 16th, we have a partial lunar eclipse on the full moon. And now that will be in Capricorn, and that will be seen more in Europe. Okay? Now, the solar eclipse is when the moon covers the sun. And the lunar eclipse is when the earth comes in between the moon and the sun. So the earth casts its shadow onto the moon. Both of these have very strong energies, and you can expect this energy to last for about 6 months, probably until the 25th, 26th of December, when we have another solar eclipse. Now, the new moon on the 2nd, this will be in the sign of Cancer, but there's a lot of astrological influences from Gemini on this. Now, the Cancer itself will, be more of an emotional time. It will be about family, home, and you have to kind of watch your emotions a little bit because, again, remember, this is energy that will be lasting 6 months. It can fluctuate a little bit. The thing about this is that it's basically holding on to old grudges, old hurts, old patterns, okay? So again, the best thing to do when this happens is to try to forgive, try to forget. Remember, when I say forgive, I'm not saying that you have to, allow that energy back into your life. No. But forgiveness helps you, okay? Though the energy from Gemini, that actually will be bringing about a more playful, fun type of energy. And it will be about, it's a hopeful energy, and it will be about new beginnings, starting stuff. So this is the time. Remember, full moon to new moon is the waning moon, and that's when you release. New moon to full moon is the waxing moon. That's when you request. So this is really a good time. If there are things that you really want, if there are things that goals, aspirations, think about them, write them down. We talk about that all the time. Write them down, post them on the refrigerator. And, because this is about those new beginnings. And again, this energy will last longer. Now we go back to the full moon on the 16th. And that one, like I said, That's in Capricorn, and it's a partial lunar eclipse. It's like having a full moon on steroids, okay? It's that much stronger. Any of these, any of these eclipses, it basically puts so much oomph to this, to the, astrological. Now, let's see. It's time for you to work on your own confidence. It's time for you to stand up for yourself. Now, don't rely on others for your own, don't rely on others so much that, for their opinions, okay? So that's one of the things. But this is going to be there's going to be really intense emotions in the more public scene. This is kind of like that Scorpio moon we were talking about a couple months back. The full moon, secrets aren't allowed here. Well, this is going to be exposing the dirt, okay? So this is digging up all the dirt, having secrets, be seen, then having to deal with these secrets. Now, a smaller, arena could be that you found out that a relationship, somebody has been unfaithful in a relationship. Now, relationships can be work, people, personal, family. And so it doesn't necessarily mean, totally interpersonal. Maybe your work promised you something and, and they had no intention of following through. Maybe you found that this relationship you were in, one of you was not honest or, unfaithful. So these things come out. However, it's going to be on a more public scene too. Public figures, okay? And this is going to be going on until that December. This is, again, many people, okay, I'm reading this, many people will try to keep their behaviors hidden, but without success. This is, the social norms will be torn down. Now, social norms such as, say that, again, we'll use work, say that you've been bullied, and, nobody, or there's a bully that you work with. Nobody goes to HR. Well, somebody does go to HR, and then the HR comes and interviews everybody and finds out, yes, there is a bully. So, new policies are written, things like that. But think of that even bigger. Think of that more globally, okay? Think about, just things coming out that, our public figures will not want us to see, okay? Now, this is also important too. This is a lot of, between these two energies, okay, the new moon and the full moon, a lot of karmic binds will be broken, okay? Because this is also, this full moon, because things are being revealed, it's kind of like the Tower card where everything's falling down, but it's, breaking down so it could be rebuilt. This is all about, again, new beginnings. So you have to kind of think about, where are you? Are you the one that's looking to uncover secrets? Are you the one holding secrets? Are you the one that doesn't even know that anyone has secrets, okay? Many times that's me. It's like, oh, I was surprised at that. So just be aware of that, because these two energies are both about new beginnings. But there is a lot of rough tearing down with before those new beginnings happen. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be a bigger energy. Now we go back to the 7th through the 31st. And that's when we have Mercury Retrograde. Okay? Mercury Retrograde, and that will be in both the signs of Cancer and Leo. So look at, I do put up there, that way that you can see your influencing energies. I do put a website. It's under the About tab, and you can look and you click on the website, put your information in, and it'll tell you. Major things is, of course, your rising, your ascending, your Venus, and your moon. Those are some of the major influencers. So Mercury, what that does is that rules intellect, education, communication, and your thoughts, okay? So we generally think of Mercury as negative because it can be very, very disruptive. Now, also too, the retrograde is actually an illusion of it going retrograde. I don't want to go into what all that's about. Also, there's such a thing called shadow retrogrades. And shadow retrogrades happen about they start about 2 weeks prior and they end 2 weeks later. So we're having this on the 7th. Hopefully I'll get these posted today on the 23rd. So that influence is starting now. So what happens is Mercury is slowing down now, so it can make that appearance of going backwards. Okay? So then that would last until August 14th, the influencing. Now the other thing about it though is that Mercury retrograde is not always negative. It can be, it can be put there. I mean, it can help you to refocus. It can help you to slow down. Now the other thing, and this is really, I like this one, it can also bring back the past. So that's when those people come in that you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you since way back when, and this helps with lessons. This is part of that karmic, so all of this is part of that karmic binds being broken or cut. So with those lessons, those are lessons that you might have learned but you didn't close, or these are lessons that you didn't quite learn but you need to close. So it could be something like that. The other thing, it could be something that we still need to learn from so that it can close. Now, the other thing too is that sometimes the universe uses this time to right a wrong. Now, what does that mean? Say that you were in a very loving relationship and for whatever reason it broke, but you were meant to be in a loving relationship. Maybe you had a career and the career, all of a sudden it just was like pulled out from you, okay? So something like that, a relationship that didn't go the way it was supposed to. Well, the universe is saying, no, you were supposed to have this. So your loving relationship could either be that that person comes back into your life, okay, or because you were supposed to have a loving relationship, a new person comes in, okay? Now, the career could be your career, it, dissolved, you went on, and now it's like your career is picking up again. It could be that you're an artist and things dissolved and then all of a sudden it starts to come back. It's like the universe is giving back to you. Now, you're always, I tell people is, not to start jobs, not to start things in Mercury retrograde if you can not do that, But sometimes the universe wants you to start because, again, it's where you were supposed to be. So it has to go back. The energy is such that it has to go back to the past so that you can go forward again, okay? And then, now, the last thing is that Leo season begins, and that's on the 23rd July 23rd to August 23rd. And Leo is ruled by the sun, and Leo energy is warm, kind, but it can also burn, it can also hate, it can also be mean. So be aware that if you've got whatever these traits are that you may have internally, that you actually have, it could pull those out. So if you have been working on, so again, it can be loving as opposed to being mean. If you've been working on holding, your temper, well, this could be a time that your temper flares up, okay? This could be a time that if you are somebody who is a very big giver, giver of emotions, well, this could be a time where you just feel like you love the world, okay? So I just wanted to add that in, and I wanted to make sure the message was very consistent. Okay, so there was some interesting stuff. It is interesting, and it will be lasting, like I said, till December 25th, 26th. Now let's go on. One card has flipped out for my Aries. Let's see what else. We'll cut the cards. Continuing to go forward. I just feel you continuing to just keep going forward. Very positive energy for you. Especially, I know that Mercury retrograde, but it's kind of like you're going to be one of those that look at this as more as a challenge. So, okay. First card, this one is reversed, and the third one's reversed. So here we are, King of Water, trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Water energy, of course, is our Cancer, which we're in now, Cancer, until that 23rd. It's also our Scorpio and Pisces energy, very fluid and very emotional energy too. So open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. So this could be a time, this is that time for July. While I was talking about Mercury retrograde, I think these eclipses are going to pull out a lot of emotional, emotional baggage per se, or emotional, maybe not even baggage. Maybe that's the wrong word. I'm sorry. Emotional, well, it's going to bring out emotions. It's going to bring out your emotions. How's that? Okay, I can't quite find my words that I want to say. Yes, I need to use better words, but you're going to feel strong connections. Okay, so this is, I don't feel that this is necessarily like angry connections. I really feel that this is your heart. It's like your heart gets bigger. Okay, your heart gets bigger, and it might even be a little bit scary to you, because you're like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I so emotional? Realize the energies that are going through, are going to work for that, are going to work on that. But again, this is also you being vulnerable, and this is also you opening up to another person, a relationship. Now, I feel that this is more about interpersonal relationships. Of course, it could be, work, personal, or family. But I feel like you opening up and you being vulnerable to somebody else outside of yourself. And it's kind of, it's kind of scary, but I feel that you're putting, it's like you're putting your heart in a safe, you're putting it into safe hands. Okay? So let's see what else we have here. So what does that mean? You could have a new relationship coming, okay? You could have somebody who is really good for you coming, somebody that you actually click with, okay? So next card, the Nine of Air. Okay, so here it is. This is that card where this is, air is, of course, our Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy, and it's our thought energy. It's the, our Wi-Fi energy. It's that, feeling a little bit hesitant energy. I'm feeling the vulnerability with this. So there could be this new relationship, and it could even be a job, or it could be family, but I'm feeling more personal for you, my Aries. So there, you're a little worried about, not worried about the relationship, but it's kind of it's scaring you. It is scaring you. It's like, because the thing is, it feels so real. The connection is so strong. So whoever that's for, it's actually very, that other person, I think, is just as nervous as you are. So this is expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecy, sleepless nights. So sometimes when that happens, yes, we do put out some negative energy with that, because it's kind of like we're putting our walls in, but I really feel like walls are being broken down, and it's like your heart is out there. Your heart is out there. Okay, last card is reversed also. And here we have that Eight of Water. Now, again, it's that water emotional fluid. And this is about a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Yeah, so whatever this relationship is, it's like you want... Now, is it that you want a commitment? I don't know that you want... it's not like you're rushing into this commitment, but it's like you want to continue it. You want to continue... getting deeper into this. You want this connection to get stronger, okay? Now, it could be if you have been with somebody that's very, for a longer period of time, and, it could be that it's coming to a higher level with that, and maybe you do want to make that commitment to that person, or maybe that person wants to commit with you. But it's something that I really feel that this is very personal relationships, and I'm generally not, I don't lean that way per se. But it's like, really, this is a commitment. This is a time that you want to go, you want this. You want this. Okay. So this is about emotions. This is about is it romance? There could be I mean, romance is part of that too, but this is very, and the word organic. This is very real. This is very real. I feel the realness of this. I feel that it's not polluted. I feel it's very, like I said, organic, very clean, very, no pesticides, nothing like that. The interesting thing is that both parties involved, especially, well, it's scaring it's scary. It's scaring the daylights out of you. But it's not scaring you enough that you run away from it. Okay? So this is July, I think, is going to be, taking that relationship to another step. Finding that relationship. I feel that if you're not in a relationship, it's you getting ready to become in a relationship. It's really about that. So say that you're it's like you're ready now. Okay, let's go ahead, cut. This is the John Holland. And let's see what we have here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, first card. Financial and material changes. So again, this one, and this is a 5, so there is change happening. I do feel that so it's interesting that this first row is more about, it was more about your emotional, and this is getting a little bit more about your finances. So one of the things that I'm feeling too is you need to make sure your finances are in good shape in order for you to, so if you are, it's like, you need to know where your money is, okay, with this. Okay, I don't know if that's related to this relationship or not. I don't know if you're the one that's going to be paying for things or not. I don't know if this is about finances, if this relationship, so this could be, then, we could talk about work per se, but this relationship, you need to be in a good financial situation. I don't know why I'm saying that to you, but I really feel like you need to make sure your finances are taken care of. So to me, that could mean that you might be trying to help the other person out with finances. No, that's not a good thing to do, okay? I'm not saying not to give them advice or anything like that, but I'm really feeling that with this relationship, you need to make sure you keep your finances separate. How's that? Okay? Okay. Doesn't mean that, if you are, if you're the one, if you're taking people out or something like that, that you don't, put in your fair share. But I really feel that there's something you need to make sure that those finances aren't involved, aren't influencing that relationship. Okay? So that might mean you're not buying that person's love, they're not buying your love, because I really feel that it could be a very good relationship and the finances don't need to be involved in that at all. Okay? Take what you like on that one. Next card. Okay. Reversed again. Triumphant success. Okay, that is a 1, new beginnings. So again, whatever this is all about, it's I don't feel that it's so much a older relationship. It doesn't mean that it's not. If it's an older relationship, it's like it's almost it's kind of like a rebirth of that relationship. It's kind of like a I forgot how much fun we used to have type of thing with the relationship. It's very I like the energy with this, and it's something that you will do well with. Okay, last card. Okay, material and spiritual prosperity. Again, I feel like, make sure that the money is separate from the relationship. Again, I'm not saying, I'm not saying not to, if you want to buy that person flowers, not to buy them flowers, but, keep it so that you aren't paying for their apartment, that or they're not paying for your apartment. It needs to be on a really good good footing. And so whatever that's all about, I'm just throwing that out there. However, I do feel that for you, it is like, when I was saying about Mercury going retrograde and that you'll deal well with that, I do feel that it's like, money returning to you also. So I don't know why that money went away, but I feel money returning to you also. Okay? So take that as you will too. Now we'll go and see what advice do we have for our Aries. What advice do we have for our Aries? To see. I can tell you, don't be afraid. And if it's not there, then it's not there. Don't force it either. Okay? If the attraction isn't there, don't force it. But I don't understand the whole thing with the the emotional and the money thing, but I hope you do. Okay, first card. Okay, this is reversed. Sorrow. Okay, sorrow. This person is feeling sorry for himself. Okay, and it's not even the reason is he is feeling sorry for himself. So with this, be aware of falling into a little bit of, when there's this emotions and they're going up and down with these eclipses going up and down, be aware. I'm not going to tell you not to feel your feelings. You need to feel your feelings, but don't stay there too long. Okay, pick yourself up. It doesn't mean that bad things are going to happen. It doesn't mean that at all. It basically is saying that when your emotions are going up and down, you can kind of get yourself into a little pity party. Okay? Okay. Next card. The Master. Okay, so this is, again, now you see that there's that moon, and this is a card that's very unique to this deck. They don't have this with others. This is the card where, this is the ascended. This is the ascended master. This is, to me, is make sure that you are connecting with your higher power, guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine. Make sure. But also, too, with the moon being here and we having these eclipses with the moon, be aware of the effect that they could have on you, the effect that they could have on the people around you. But it's, again, full moon to new moon is waning. It's when you release. New moon to full is waxing. It's when you request, and the full moon is when you release, relinquish, and you request. And these are all good times to do that. Okay? Now, your last is, again, reversed, and that means, really this is a very strong message for you. Listen to your inner voice. Now, again, with the new moon, again with the connection, listen to your intuition about all of this, okay? If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. But if it does feel right, go for it. Again, that thing with the money keeps coming up to me, so I don't know what it is, but it's extremely strong, whatever this is with the money. So, but it's really, this is advice, is to say, you know what you want, you know what you need, you know what will work. You really do. You may have, you did have that issue, not issue, but you did have that, thing a while ago with relationships. But, I feel like you're in a better place for this. And it is something that you, just listen to your inner voice. If things are going very quickly, take your time, get out, take your time and get away so that you can listen. Okay? Okay. So interesting energy there for you. And again, I'm not sure why the thing about the money and the relationship, keep them separate and it'll do well for you. But my Aries, as always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. As always, know that you are loved and be blessed. Bye-bye.